Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another devotional on Hump Day. Hey, we have upgraded our equipment. Same phone, but I now have a tripod. I can't tell you how many times that I've propped my phone up against a tree or on the table and it slid and interrupted what I was doing on the devotional. I had to start all over again. So I got a tripod, which should be very reliable. And not only that, I have this little dandy baby here. This turns the video on and off, and I won't have to walk up to the camera to do that anymore. So, hey, we're going high tech. So, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about Jesus. I've been reading in John 6, chapter 6, and Jesus is feeding the 5,000. And I know you know this story, and I'm not going to tell the entire story, but I'll just kind of outline it, where Jesus is preaching to thousands of people, and they're hungry, and he doesn't have anything for them to eat. And so the disciples are going, what do we do? If we gave enough money to feed all these people, it would be like year's wages. So what are we going to do here, Lord? And he said, how about that boy over there? He's got 5 loaves and 2 fishes. So they borrowed from that boy, aka stole, 5 loaves, 2 fishes from the little boy, and they were going to feed the 5,000. Well, Andrew spoke up and he said, well, that's not going to work. How's that going to work? That's not enough to feed all these people. And then Jesus proceeded to break the bread, and with those 5 loaves and 2 fishes, he fed the 5,000. And I like that story in that, isn't that somehow, or sometimes how we feel when we have very little to give, and so maybe we don't give anything at all of our time, of our resources, of anything that we have. You know, there's so many things out there in the world that need help, need attention, need money, or whatever. And we say, well, we're so small, just one person, what could one person do? It's like that story I told, and I know you guys heard it many times, where that boy was throwing back thousands of starfish off the beach and trying to save the lives of the starfish. And he said, hey, it makes a difference to just this one that I'm throwing back, so I'm going to do it. So that's what we do sometimes. But what we forget is that the God that fed the 5,000, that did very little, took very little, and did so much with it, is the same God that we have and worship today. So why couldn't he take what little we have and turn it into a lot? The truth is, the little you give is never too little when given to a big God. I'm going to repeat that because that's pretty good. The little you give is never too little when you give to a big God. And faith looks like us committing to do the little things and then leaving the big things up to God. I kind of view these videos somewhat that way. You know, if you start looking at the views, it's a reasonable amount of views, you know, on average, maybe like 15 to 20 views on every video that's done. And you say, well, what good could that do? God will take what you give him, and I believe that he takes these videos and it might impact someone we don't even know. It might impact their life. So why not do something like this? But just like the boy with a little lunch, Jesus wants to use the little that we have to bless someone abundantly. So in closing, I would say, why not make a small or whatever you can give, of your time and your money and whatnot, or your talent. Time, money, and talent. Those are three things God wants us to use. And why not give what you have, no matter how small? Maybe text somebody that needs encouragement and has gone through a tough time, or call them, and it might go a long way. Let God take it from there. Or why not pray for a few minutes a day and talk to God, and He'll take your prayer and maybe turn it into something big, something wonderful. So that's all I had today. Hey, watch this. I'm going to turn off the phone just by hitting the button. But before I do so, thanks for listening in, and you guys keep on being awesome out there.